Hi, my name is Nguyen, and in this video, I'll be talking about the student and staff behind Data 8. So I'm a recent Cal grad who spent a lot of time working in data science education. I took Data 8 during my freshman year and found it to be a huge professional turning point. I was really inspired by the interdisciplinary applications that were introduced in the class, and eventually went on to major in both data science and public health. Since Data 8 had such a big impact on me, I wanted to stay involved past just being a student. Since my freshman year, I've devoted several semesters to both teaching and developing data science curriculum. I found it to be genuinely one of the most fulfilling experiences I had as an undergrad. So Data 8 and Berkeley data science in general are unique in the way that they employ undergraduate students as teaching staff. Traditionally, these roles are held by graduate students, but we've found that undergrads bring a lot of insight on improving the student experience. Under this model, all of our teaching staff have taken the class and know what it's like to go through it as a student. They bring ideas that make the class more effective, and Data 8 has greatly benefited from that. For some background about the course, Data 8 is an introductory data science class at UC Berkeley. This class covers basic programming, statistical inference, and simple regression and classification techniques. Since the topics are applicable across many disciplines, students come from all around campus. In recent semesters, enrollment has grown to be as high as 1,500 students that represent virtually every department on campus. And it's pretty easy to get overwhelmed in such a large class, so we've been mindful in designing sections that provide more individualized support for students. This is a high-level overview of the organization of Data 8. With regards to content delivery, Data 8 has 3 hours of lecture each week alongside a 2-hour lab section. Weekly lab sections have ratios of 30 students to 1 TA, which is drastically less than the 1,500 students to 2 professor ratio we see in lecture. While the overall class size is big, lab sections allow students to make personal connections with instructors while also engaging with the material in a smaller group setting. In terms of assignments, students are expected to complete 12 weekly labs, 12 homework assignments, and 3 larger projects over the course of the semester. To provide adequate support, teaching staff run office hours, tutoring sessions, and other supplementary sections that students can access if they're enrolled in the course. Each week, over 25 office hours are available, staffed by anywhere between 2 and 10 people an hour. Tutors run weekly small group tutoring sessions that provide students with a space to review key concepts and go over practice problems. During exam season, head TAs may also host tailored review sessions that prepare students for both the midterm and the final. In addition to regular weekly sessions, Data 8 staff will occasionally run Guerilla Sections or project parties. Guerilla Sections are topical review sessions that bring together groups of course topics. These sections help students see the bigger picture behind subtopics, allowing them to contextualize it in the broader data science lifecycle. Project parties function similarly to office hours, but with a dedicated focus of completing longer form projects. Students benefit from the collaborative environment that they have being surrounded by their peers, while also having access to staff members if they have questions. To support such a large class in these ways, Data 8 has a big staff. Each semester, there are about 45 TAs, 5 to 7 of which are head TAs that take on more non-teaching administrative roles. There are 45 tutors that also run small group tutoring sections and grade student assignments. In addition to the paid roles of UGSIs and tutors, there are approximately 150 academic interns that help run labs. They work directly with the GSIs to assist students during these official sections. Most students on Data 8 staff start off as academic interns. This position is typically held in the semester immediately after a student has taken the course themselves. Their main responsibility is to help out during weekly lab sections by answering student questions. This allows students to get help from staff members who aren't the TA. They'll interact with more staff and get their questions answered more quickly. AIs receive pedagogical training from their GSI, who provide teaching tips and immediate feedback on student interactions. After a student has AI'd, they'll go on to apply for a tutor position. This role is a little bit more involved since they're primarily responsible for grading assignments and running small group tutoring sections. To prep for these sections, tutors will attend weekly meetings where they run through tutoring worksheets together under the guidance of an experienced head TA. Tutors also run office hours, giving them a chance to personally interact with students and practice their teaching techniques. UGSIs or TAs are ones that are actually teaching the weekly lab sections. They lead a short discussion section that involves a worksheet and basic content review. As students work through their lab, UGSIs are there to help answer questions and facilitate conversation among students. Like tutors, UGSIs all attend a weekly meeting to cover discussion and lab pedagogy as a group. Experienced TAs also take on a team role where they contribute to the development of a certain component of the course. These are the UGSI teams that currently exist in Data 8. Each team is led by a head TA and comprised of 2 to 5 other TAs. The teams revolve around 3 main categories: staff support, course logistics, and content delivery. The tutor support, GSI support, lab logistics, and pedagogy teams all work to support staff and provide the proper pedagogical training for each role. These tasks are crucial for staff development and make sure that our pedagogical practices are consistent among all AIs, tutors, and TAs. The tutor support, GSI support, and lab logistics teams are also heavily involved with managing course logistics. These teams schedule lab sections, office hours, and tutoring sessions, and they also organize exam logistics. This includes covering everything from seating assignments to DSP accommodations. The content and infrastructure, grading, and pedagogy teams all contribute to the content development and delivery. They work together to create homework, lab, and project notebooks, as well as section discussion worksheets. The grading team also manages the grading pipeline to ensure that students receive proper feedback on their work. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you learned something about the Data 8 staff structure that you can potentially integrate into your own data science classes. My email is listed on the slide if you have any follow-up questions. Please don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks.